Hello, my name is Stella O, and welcome to Becoming Stella O. Today is March 8th, 2024. It's a special day, and I have a special guest. Actually, this was like impromptu. I have my sister, somebody who I confide in for a very long time. We've gone through it from ups and downs, mothering, relationships, makeup, breakups, you know what I'm saying. But today is actually a special day. And it's funny, right, Belinda, because I was just having a conversation with her maybe about an hour ago, and I woke up and I was like, why am I getting all these messages? And today is a special day. Today is International Women's Day. I had no idea, and don't judge me because I had no idea. But I know that we have a whole month that's dedicated to us. And I said, okay, you know what? Today we're going to do something different. I had something that was going to launch today, but since it's International Women's Day, I called my sister up and I said, hey, I need to talk to you and just have a conversation. So this is Belinda. Belinda, I want you to introduce yourself to everybody so they can know exactly who you are. And we're just going to go with the flow and talk about, us women today.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. And definitely for just catching me off guard, really. Well, my name is Belinda, and I live in Sweden. I have a daughter that is 18 years old and about to graduate. And as Stella said, yeah, we have been through ups and downs. I don't think there's anything that she actually really doesn't know about me at this point. But the way we met is also just amazing since we lost contact when we were kids, really.
Right.
And we connected through Facebook, if I'm correct. And that's how we started off.
Yeah. We connected through Facebook, like when Facebook begun. Actually, I lost contact with majority of my family members back home when I migrated to Texas, to the United States. And was that the same way for you, Belinda, when you moved to Sweden?
That is definitely. I also lost contact with so many people, and I'm not that much of a people person.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes time for me to really connect with people. Even if it comes to family, I need my time and see like, who are you really and what are your intentions to be so close to me before I actually say, okay, you know what? Okay, this person is cool. I can hang out with the person. I can call you. I can share what I'm going through, talk to you on a daily basis, and so forth. But I just found out that me and you, I don't know, it was just a connection.
We clicked.
We just clicked. It's beyond words. You cannot even explain it. It just happened.
Right.
And I think also during that time, we were both going through similar stuff at the same time, but I cannot understand how we were even able to open up to each other, because I also know that you're a very enclosed person as well, that you don't share that much, but there was just something there that made us just, you know what, let's vibe, let's keep on sharing, checking on each other, and we end up talking like every day for hours.
And
that was just amazing.
We connected. It's different. The connection we have, we can go years without talking to each other and
Oh
still
yeah.
pick up. And I only have a few people in my life that I'm able to do that. When I say that with women, us women, it's difficult to find someone who I don't have to. We talk every day, like you said. We were talking every single day, and we were in two different time zones, and we were going through similar things. She's a parent, I'm a parent, and you need that sister. That person who's going to uplift you no matter what you're going through. And we were able to support each other across the world. You know, she was in Europe and I was over here in the United States, even though we're from the same country, and we lost contact for some time. And I remember you saying Facebook. We went from Facebook to Skype, right? To Viber.
Oh yeah.
Remember
Survivor.
Right.
And then we started with FaceTime actually. Remember? Because those days I used to have my iPhone, so it was FaceTime. Like, girl, I'm gonna call you up on FaceTime. Pick it up. I said, okay, I'm ready to pick up your phone.
Yeah, we had a lot of time. I think we made time as well, too.
We did.
We've always had that love for each other, unconditional love, and I was like, where has she been? And me and Belinda, our parents are siblings, okay?
Yeah.
So, and I find that it is common whenever we leave the country. I've seen this, so it's not unusual that you just completely don't have contact with family or friends, and make that effort. It's like a shock. So
it is.
Since today is International Women's Day, and this day I actually just Googled it, right? I didn't really go too much into it. International Women's Day is celebrated in many countries around the world, and it is a day when women are recognized for their achievements without regard of the division, the national, ethnicity, cultural, economic, and I guess political views as well. So just recognizing women across the world for their achievements, right? Without put in a box and recognize, because you have this many degrees, or you're from this type of family, or you have money, or whatever it is. So I would ask you, Belinda, what are your achievements for yourself, right? That you feel like right now in your life that you have achieved thus far as Belinda?
I think my biggest achievement is my daughter, actually. To be a mother, to be able to be there for her on a daily basis, because being a mother it's hard, and it's a full-time job, because everything that it's about your children, basically, it falls on a mother at the end of the day, and it's nothing that you can escape. And I also think of, the mother nature. You just have to be there. No matter what happens, you just have to be stronger and uplift everyone around you. And I think that has been my most challenge, whereby I feel like I'm not supposed to fail. I'm not supposed to show a sad face. I always have to be strong and uplift myself so that she can see what it means to be a woman, to be able to carry the load of what life is, because that's what it is really about. Because we carry kids for 9 months. Already that one takes a toll on you, your body, your mind, everything, your soul. So I can't really find the right word for it, but I think that is my greatest achievement, because with her, I always have to better myself and make sure that she gets everything that she needs. Even when I fail, I don't want her to see me failing, but she knows that, okay, Mom, you know what? You're failing at this, and she can call me out on it. And I'll better myself, because I want to show her what a strong woman really is, even if you have a man by your side or if you are alone. I don't know, really. And I think me and you both, we have been through that path that as mothers, we always have to hold our appearance, but also be able to be vulnerable to our children, so that they can see that even as human beings, no matter how much we try to be strong for them, we can also fail. But at the end of the day, we will rise up through our failures. And I think that is very important for them, and not always being this strong person and just keep on going. Failure is good, because that's how we're going to build up our children as well.
Being a mother is an achievement. It's
Yeah.
It's a lot of things, I would say. And I know that you have one child.
Yeah.
That first child, it is it's a surprise. You're not ready for that child at all in preparation. And what came to me as you were speaking, I remember when I prepared for my first child, you have time. I read so many books and I did all kinds of things. This was in 2004.
Yeah.
And I was just reading and preparing. I was working out. But the real test is when you actually have the child. And you go through it, and you'll always be a mother until the day you leave this earth. But you will always have that responsibility. And I know you'd say that she's 18. Now, how do you feel about having an 18-year-old? Is it different? Is it, are your responsibilities different because she's 18 versus when she was 5, 10, 15? Let's talk about it, and just let us know, is it the same or is it different because now she is becoming that adult?
It is so different, because the adult part, it's kind of like portraying you in a way that you don't want to power that, and the stuff that she can tell you or our kids can tell us when they're older, and the words that we have been giving them, you don't want to contradict yourself to what they're telling you. It's like, yo, Mom, you told me this, and now you're telling me this. So sometimes I think also that we need to be very careful with our children when the more they get older to what we are telling them, and try to explain exactly what we mean or meant by what we were saying, so that they do not take it out of context. But to mother an adult, it's harder than mothering a younger child, because now also they have had the society too that is also mothering them and fathering them, and all these confusions just gets in even more the older they get. So you need to find the balance in between, so that one doesn't weigh more than the other, but you need to be on the same level, whereby you understand each other and say, okay, I get you, I understand what you mean. Because if one is more above the other one, there will be conflicts all the time. And sometimes I can just feel like, as a mother, I need to sometimes to just, level myself down a little bit, just to keep her on a wavelength, whereby I'm not going to lose her, but I'm going to get her there, so that we can come together to that understanding. So right now it's all about being on the same wavelength of thinking. It should not be more than the other. Because right now I am giving advice to a person who is an adult, and I can give more of what I have been through in life. And that means more of the raw stuff of life, so that they can get the picture and be able to understand it, and sit down and think, okay, now I understand you. And when you get that, then you know that, okay, we are on the same level. But it's hard and it's tough, because sometimes we really get into it bad. One thing I say,
with
what are you gonna say?
With the parenting of adults, for me, I have two adults. It's different, Belinda. It's different, and I think what I've noticed also with us women, I don't know. I know for me, I don't sugarcoat it. For me, it's more of just, if I trust you to have a conversation with you, I keep my circle pretty small, and you have to be careful who you're also getting advice from, and who you're also listening to and having conversation with. Because as a parent and as a mother, it's hard. And not only that, just life itself is difficult as a woman. We have a lot of challenges in the workplace. We're not paid equally as men. Men are paid more than women. And you have also cultural barriers as well. And you being in Sweden, I'm just switching gears up. I've noticed, as you were talking, you doesn't sound like a Swedish accent. It sounds more like London, UK. Tell us about that, because I don't have that twang in my voice. I wish I did.
Are you so crazy?
Let me tell you something. It's sweet, though. That twang is sweet. So, how are you able to have this? Because for me, before you answer that question, I used to get asked a lot of times. I think I have like I don't know 4 or 5 different tones to my voice. I can sound like I'm from Houston, country, from the village, then from the west side of Africa. So for me, it depends on the day or depends on my mood. What accent or what twang that you're gonna get out of me. So can you tell us about that tone that you're giving right now? That's you London Bridge, or you from London and you're living in Sweden? So I'm a little bit confused. Tell the listeners what is going on and why do you sound like that? And do you speak languages? What's going on, Belinda? What is going on?
Oh, jeez. Baba, you want me to take in Nigeria? No. The thing is, yes, I was raised up in Sweden. And I guess my younger years, I was living in Kenya, moved to Sweden. My mom and my dad divorced, and my dad decided to move to London. So basically during holidays, the long holidays, I spent time with my dad in the UK. So I guess that's where I got it from. And with my dad, he's you need to be educated, learn languages, be smart at school. And also, I have French, but not as much as I would love to have. But it's in progress. I'm getting there, maybe someday. And then I also have my daughter's father, who's also a French-speaking person, because he's from Ivory Coast. So when we met, he was only speaking French.
Really?
Yeah, it was only French. He did not know Swedish at all.
English?
No English.
But you spoke French.
I spoke French, but I had to dig in deep into speaking French, because when I went to school, my dad said, okay, these are the languages that you're going to have in school when you start college. So you have to choose French. And that's what I did, because they had German, Spanish, and French. And I said, okay. And I did that. I bear you, he was not even speaking French with me. So the little French that I had from school, that's what I used to communicate with my baby daddy.
Baby daddy.
Oh yeah, here's a baby daddy today.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even know.
Oh yes.
Because I met him, he speaks English, and we didn't have any issues at all when
he learned that afterwards, because it had to be like, okay, you meet the family, how are you going to communicate with them? Of course you have to learn English, but it started very small. But when he came to Sweden, he was just speaking French. That's it. Just French.
And Swedish people don't speak French. Okay.
No, they don't speak French, but they do learn English at school as well. But it's more of the American English. So it's not the English. Sorry if I offend anybody out there, but that's what it is.
So you speak English, of course. You speak French. I took French too, but I took French in Kenya. And Where did I take French?
You never told me that.
And you never told me. Listen, okay?
So,
Okay, you never told me either. I
okay.
actually picked French. It was between, I think, French. I don't know if it was Mandarin. It was like 3 languages. I don't think German was one of them. But I spoke. Of course, we took Swahili. Swahili was.
That was a base. You just have to have it.
Right. And French was what I picked. And I think that was when I was in primary in Aga Khan.
Okay.
I loved it. I loved it. And I actually spoke French. I even came here. No one was speaking French here. So I still have a little bit, learned the letters and everything. But anyways, now you know.
So that means that you stayed longer than me in Kenya then?
Yes, you used to come and fly in like you were a celebrity. You remember?
Oh gosh!
And I would always look up and say, "Oh my gosh, we have a celebrity in our family." You used to come.
But you know what? That is so strange that you would say that, because I remember the days that we would travel to the, what we call it, Ushago. How would you call it? Like the countryside.
That's the village.
The village. You know.
Yeah. So,
yeah, where our fathers and mothers, their mothers is based on, and I will always look up to you guys. So like, this family, yeah, they have it all good, Like, okay, and you were always pampered. You were the princess of the family.
Oh, geez. So
yes. Oh, yes, you were. I remember that. As soon as it came, and if they were about to leave, make sure that she's good. That was it. I said, okay.
Flying in. And not a lot of people flew unless you were it. Okay? And it was private, Belinda, wasn't it? Listen, but you're not gonna get away. That was private. You were flying.
That's a story. That's a story for another day, sis. That's a story for another day.
Oh wow! I was just like, okay, but so I took French. You took French. You speak Swedish, right? Is that how?
I speak Swedish and a little bit of Swahili, not that much.
Oh, you speak Swahili.
But I do understand more. And I speak Lu as well.
Right. So
ching ching.
English, Swahili, Luo, Swedish, and French. That's 5 languages.
It's all good, but I need more.
Wow, that's amazing.
I need more.
Well, I'm not even going to talk about myself.
But you know what? Actually, you gonna get it there. You're gonna get there. I know for sure that you will.
My problem is that I know too many, and then I just stop. That's the problem. Because in Wolof, I work with a lot of Senegalese people. So you have French and Wolof, and then I was learning how to speak, Mandarin, a little bit of that. Spanish, I took Spanish in school. These languages are actually better when you learn it in person, like just regular life versus textbook. I feel like
I know.
The Spanish.
But do you know what I realized though? When you have a language or you have started learning it, and then you meet people, or you are in an environment where the language is spoken, you are forced to speak and try your best to speak it.
No,
and I think also that, sorry, I think also that that's what even made my French better, because after school and meeting Joyce's dad and speaking to him on a daily basis, I didn't even know that I had learned so much. But after a month, I was just like, okay, where did all this come from? I'm all of a sudden just speaking French with a guy. But now, if someone was to speak for, I'll be like, no, because I have not been practicing and talking on the daily basis. But it is there.
For me,
but we need to be more exposed to it.
Do you
And I think you do too.
Do you believe that you can actually, if you what is the saying that they have? If you don't use it, you lose it. Right. I think that's the saying. You if you don't use it, you lose it. I may be saying it wrong. But since you're
I understand what you mean, because right now, if I was supposed to sit down and talk to someone in French, I'd be like, oh, let me juggle in my brain a little bit to find the right word, what to say.
Have you used a different language? Since you know 5 languages, do you find yourself pausing a lot and trying to find the word so you can find a rhythm to continue with the language that you're speaking at the moment? Have you?
Do a lot. I've realized, especially when Swedish, I can find the word in English, but to find it in Swedish sometimes it's so hard. So I kind of like, okay, this is the word that I need, but I'm not finding it in Swedish. And then afterward it will hit me like, oh yes, this was the word. So I can switch it in that way, especially both in Swedish and English. Or I can say a word in Swedish and someone needs it in English, but I have to think, okay, this is the word. But what was it in English again? So I have to really dig in deep into my brain and try to find it somewhere, and then it will come to me. But I guess it varies between people. I even realized that with, cousins, nieces, it happens.
It does. I realized that when I came back from Kenya. I think I was for so long. And for me, it's weird because a lot of people are surprised that my ear is more towards the Luo, than Swahili. And I really spoke Swahili at school, but Luo is what I was not taught. But I'm more, that's like my baby, that's like part of me. But when I came back and I was here, it took me some time. I forgot, I'm back in Texas. They don't speak. So I had to remember even how we speak our English. It's different. It's much slower. So even when I was in the city, when I was in Nairobi and also in Kisumu, they were like, Madam, can you please slow down? You're talking too fast. But, Belinda, we may have to do a part 2. Okay?
Are you for real? I was just enjoying this. I was like, yo, you know what? Hey! Let's keep on going.
It's so impromptu. I was like, I don't know. Of course, I was also even talking over you, but hey, we're here just sitting down, just talking, and that.
But you know what? That's the thing. I don't like surprises. And if you want to catch me, you know what? Just call me, and we just keep on talking, Don't let me know that. That, whew, scared the shit out of me, babe. We did it.
Yes, we did.
It scared me, oh.